Hey everyone, I've been gone for a while, just came back from Europe, traveling in Paris, Belgium, and Amsterdam, but excited to update you on my portfolio. How's it going? Say hi, stop trying to reach for the mic. Now this might be one of the first videos of mine that you watch and you're curious how to get started, and I just recommend WEALTHSIMPLE. It's basically what I consider the most user-friendly interface app to get started into the world of investing. And if you use the link below in the description below, you get a bonus cash reward between $5,000 to $3,000. On average, you're gonna get $10. And if you're from Quebec, you get $10 automatically. That's just how it works for us Quebecers. So in this video, I'm gonna be updating you guys as to how well my portfolio is doing in all my accounts. But before I left for Europe, I wanted to tell you guys that I achieved an important life goal, which was to maximize my tax advantage account. I started only 2 years ago, but being aggressive and putting everything I own into the TFSA and the RRSP, I was able to achieve this important goal of mine. Now, before I jump into that, I just wanted to quickly mention, again, no hate on all the other content creators out there, but sometimes I think some people try too hard to come up with content. And I've seen regarding contribution room and TFSA, there's some videos that talk about that have in their title how to boost your room, how to increase your contribution room. And to me, that doesn't make sense. There's no secret to increasing your room. You know what? In people in my shoes, a lot of you that are building up to potentially retire on a large sum, you know how much room you ideally want at all times? 0, because that means you've maximized all your tax advantaged accounts. Now, of course, there could be family emergencies, or sometimes you need the money to put a down payment on a house. Those are exceptions. But for those of us that are wants to build up this large stack by the end when we're 60 or 65, when we're retired, then we want to be maximizing our TFSA and RRSP as fast as possible. And when new room shows up at the beginning of the year, I try to invest to fill it up as fast as possible. Not some people can fill it on the first day. I'm gonna have to probably get in a few paychecks, slowly fill that up. But my plan is to fill up my TFSA, my RRSP, my kids' RESP as fast as possible, so that money is investing and working for me as soon as possible. So when these content creators come up with like these hacks, these TFSA hacks, I just roll my eyes, because they're either giving bad advice, they don't understand how the account works, or they're trying too hard to come up with content. Now, actually, let's start looking at how XEQT is doing in general. If we look at it the entire year, it hasn't been doing that great. It's down 13.07%. We're on a little upswing now, though, because of positive inflation data today. Inflation is lower than expected, came out from the US. And if we look at this stat that says the 52-week low is 22.08, we're well above that, which means, it just goes to show that you can't really time the market. I have some friends that I know that have decided to, stick with cash on the side because they're scared of all the rate hikes. They think that we have not bottomed out yet, but it's very well possible that 22.08 is the bottom for XEQT this year, because, things are always constantly priced in, and so that's why it's hard to predict the bottom. So I've been investing all throughout this year. So now let's take a look at my actual accounts. So my WEALTHSIMPLE is up to 164,000, pretty sweet. Again, I've maximized my RRSP and my TFSA. My QUESTRADE is at 5,700. This includes my daughter's RESP. Again, I put in 2,500. The government gave me $550 back to move it to $3,050, and it's up from that amount. So my little June getting richer by the day. And of course, after I've covered the TFSA and RSP, I opened an interactive broker's account, and I will go into why I've done that. But I have close to $18,000 in that account as well. So if you compile it up, and let's do that here to figure out roughly how much I have in all my accounts in total. We'll go here. $88,000, closing in on the $200,000 mark. So again, just invest often, invest early, and you're gonna get there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this update, and I'll catch you in the next one.